Orange's Dire team ban.
And we're back for game 2 between Neolution International versus Orange Esports. So that was a really great game with the Shadow Fiend just carrying them throughout the entire game. Orange picking up Shadow Fiend from Mushi, just stomping over Neolution International in the late game. They did go for the Draw Ranger, didn't exactly work out that well for them. But then this game, to see if they can come back. They have been losing to Orange Esports in the past whenever they faced up against each other. But we're gonna see if Neo-In can actually pull something special here. Your host Lysander Sonora. I'm casting for Beyond the Summit, and I'm joined here by my co-caster Vic. So welcome to the broadcast.
Hello, Lysander.
So welcome back. Shadow Fiend, the first game, just amazing farm from Mushi. He was not stopped. What's at all? I think the Darkseer, he did try to go stop that push in the early game, but didn't really get it in the end. And now Orange gonna get themselves a Magnus once again.
We're seeing the Nyx band out this time, which makes sense, and otherwise it's pretty typical bands, the same bands we had the last game, so perhaps we'll see the Shadow Demon get picked up this time.
Someone's
Yeah, it's possible that the Neolution will actually pick up the Shadow Demon, because I know Hachiko, he does play that hero quite a bit here. They could either go for that or the Kotal, of course. Kotal being a very popular pick here in the current meta game. Ability to split push as well as just mow down creep waves. Very hard to give up. Wow, that's a Weaver second pick here from Neo-In. I really am very surprised with this pick. I'm not sure why they actually go for this.
It seems a very early time to show the card that you're going to be running a Weaver. I did see Orange ban out the Weaver as the last ban the last time, but still not really cause to kind of try and grab the hero early.
Yeah, the thing about Weaver is, I mean, yeah, he does get banned once in a while because you do have a good player on the Weaver on your side, but then again, pick up the Weaver so early, like you said, reveals the strat, and Weaver does have a lot of counters, and among those, of course, is the Bloodseeker. I'm not sure if Orange will have picked up the Bloodseeker, but Weaver is actually shut down by a lot of heroes in this meta game, or well, not say a lot of heroes within this metagame, but any disable and he's dead. Yep. He just goes for that, Shadow Demon as well as the Dragon Knight for Orange, so a very, well, different kind of draft coming out today on this game 2 between Neolution as well as Orange. What do you think about this?
Shadow Demon's always a solid support, no matter what kind of lineup you want to run him in. The disruption is so powerful in catching heroes out and getting those easier stuns. And Dragon Knight has been picked quite a bit in the European scene. We saw him in the esports league recently, and he's a strong carry, and he's got that pushing power, which that they can use to their advantage.
The Dragon Knight, he does have different roles at different points in the game. He starts off as this just this tanker guy, being able to sustain, being able to survive in the lane with his Dragon Blood, giving him the high armor as well as the basic regen. Can farm up quite well with the flame breath. But then once he hits the level 6, he has that green dragon and he wants to take down towers. That's point where he's a pusher, and then he gets that red dragon and he'll be farming up those ancient stacks, or perhaps those creep camps his teammates have stacked for him, and then when he hits that level 3 dragon form, and that's when he wants to go into the fight with that built-in Skadi and that AoE slow and splash. That's when you want to be getting up all your crit items, your big damage items, and just splash down the entire creep wave. And of course we have entire enemy squad, and here we see Magnus going to be setting that up perfectly. Magnus RP with the Dragon Knight going to be dealing a lot of AoE burst damage here to the enemy side. So Neolution going to pick up a Quap here, more standard now.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard mid pickup, and we'll see the Phantom Lancer get banned up, so there's my wishes being adhered to. I don't like seeing Phantom Lancer in a game.
Yeah, although he has been countered quite a number of times, he is still not any fun to watch at all, because he does lead to boring games. He does force a certain kind of play style to come out of the enemy side. Once you pick up Phantom Lancer, it's like, oh no, we have to pick up all the AoE, we have to push fast, we can't let the Phantom Lancer. It kind of limits the creativity of the draft in a sense, and that's not what we want to see. It makes everyone very panicky against the PL. It makes one team very turtle-ish and the other team very aggressive, and sometimes overly aggressive, causing them to game. So we don't want to see that. Let's strike Darkseer. Awkwardly banned out here Luna as well as Juggernaut for Orange.
So that's a lot of hard carries getting banned out. They're still sort of not sure what they're going to play in terms of a hard carry, although Weaver himself can actually carry the game pretty hard, so they might choose to sort of go with that.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, I wouldn't say that the idea having Weaver as your main
5
carry
seconds
is the
remaining.
best way to do it, because Weaver, he is a bit squishy and he can be brought down very quickly, especially Dragon Tail stuns for a really long time, and RP as well. So Dragon Tail followed by RP, Weaver has a lot of lockdown to deal with. So having Weaver as your main carry hero won't be exactly the best here, and I think Neolution.int will be looking for a secondary support. This Weaver will most likely be going either to Blah or question mark here. Will be playing on the off lane or even in the tri lane, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't like to see them go for a Weaver hard carry as number one role, because
It
so
is a
far,
risky play.
yeah, it doesn't work out that well anyway. And here comes the Lina, more burst damage coming the way of Weaver, not gonna be good for him.
And of course the synergy with the Lina, Light Strike Array, Shadow Demons, Disruption, that's a guaranteed hit on the Light Strike Array.
Yeah, and Shadow Demon Lina is just brutal with the Soul Catcher, with the Laguna Blade, and just the burst damage coming out of the Lina, just dealing a lot of hurt. Even Quap, if she gets caught out, she can get burst down very fast. Rubik, Quap, as well as Weaver, all very squishy heroes are going to be brought down very easily. And like I said, if you throw all that farm on the Weaver and he goes down to just one burst, you're not going to have a lot of carry to fall back on. So
5 seconds
you want to look for
remaining.
something more tanky, more durable to deal with. Something that can resist this burst damage going to be coming out of Orange. Orange's squad now looks very scary.
Yeah, it is. It's even just as a tri lane, that's a very, very hard hitting tri lane. And if it is going to be a defensive tri lane and they run the Weaver against it, that's a tough lane for him. He's got a lot of escape and stand back ability, but he can get picked out so quickly and so easily by that.
And for all you guys that have been wondering who my co-caster is, I did say she is Vix from Australia. She does do a little bit of casting LAN and offline, so I'm very glad to have her here today on stream with me, and I've added her name here in the overlay. I forgot to add that earlier on. So yep, her name will be on stream for you guys to see. You guys probably see it once the delay does catch up. So yep, like I said, but I like to say that Orange Esports, they have this
10
opportunity to be
seconds
very,
remaining.
very greedy. They do have, okay, they can go for a DK solo mid, off lane Magnus, and go for the Shadow Demon Lina with another carry. So it does give them a lot of late game potential, and they do have the laning for it. So go to see if they go for the greedy kind of style here, going for another carry. I won't say it's greedy, but they do have 3 heroes that do need a bit of farm if they do pick up another carry. But Neolution gonna go for the Enigma here, so it'll be black holes for some of us in this matchup, but there are a lot of stuns, so it will be very difficult for Enigma to land his black hole very well. His black hole will have to catch Magnus, no doubt, or he will be pulled out of that one. Whoa, and a Brood Mother going to come out from Orange. We have not seen a Brood Mother in forever, right?
No, I haven't. Not in a higher tier game. I've seen it picked up by a few different amateur teams, but it hasn't really worked out very well. It's not that she's been nerfed, it's more that lots of other heroes got buffed since she was popular, and she just sort of, yeah, it's hard work making her have a big presence in the game, I think.
Yeah, but Brood Mother, that will be our Brood Mother will be our off lane here.
10 seconds
Brood Mother going to
remaining.
be doing a lot of harassment, going to be pushing, and if it's a Weaver going to be pitted up against her, I don't like the odds of it. And Sand King going to be picked up just to counter up this Brood Mother with his caustic finale. But then again, this means that Neolution.int will be relying on the Weaver for hard carry. So oh dear, gonna see how they're gonna run this. But
I have seen
don't
it
like
done by Virtus Pro. I think it was Virtus Pro in the Europe thing. They did have Weaver as their hard carry, and they just sort of went for that early game, kind of win it early and not worry about the late game farming. So it can work out, but it's a pretty risky play.
Yeah, it is very risky, especially since you gave away the Magnus. When you give away Magnus, you give Orange the chance to come back. Even if you do own in the early game, if Magnus does get a nice RP later on, you get destroyed, you lose some momentum, and you just get the game turned against you. Magnus is just a hero that does that, and it also allows for big turtling strats, because when you push up the high ground, you force yourself into a choke point. Magnus, the RP is not going to be able to, it's
5
definitely going to be able to catch you out.
remaining.
Although you do have the Enigma for that nice black hole, they're going to landing on top. There is 4 disables here. Without the BKB Enigma, we'll find it very difficult to land any sort of black holes. But we're going to see how he does it. The Sand King is there to offset the Brood Mother's pushing, and there's going to be a Quap as well for that. Rubik going to have to steal some very big RPs here if he wants to make this game good for them, because Weaver, I just don't trust in that guy to carry, man. I mean, no offense to Ninja Boogie, of course, he is a great carry. Lone Druid, one of his best heroes. That's why we see Orange actually banning him out nearly every game. Lina's going to drop out for a moment there. So we're going to be running through the team. This time I'll go through Orange and you can go through Neolution.int.
Yep.
Alright, so Orange Mushi will be on the Dragon Knight, so hard carry again. And Extinct will be on the Lina with the very nice, I think it's a Solaris set. And Net will be on the Shadow Demon support as always. Ohio, Brute Mother, and of course KYXY on the Magnus, going to be on the Stalemate once again. And okay, Ohio does say ready, and you can go on to Neolution.int.
Yeah, Neolution.int, we have Ninja Boogie up on the Weaver there, playing it as a hard carry, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Blah's going to be solo mid with the Queen of Pain. We have question mark up on the Enigma, assuming this is going to be a long lane Enigma. And we have Lei taking up the support Sand King and Hachiko up on our Rubik.
Alright, so again, items are not bought, so we can't really say, but I would like to see how the lanes actually work out here. It's going to be a Rubik Sand King Weaver lane, no doubt. We're going to see if Lei, he did play that Sand King the other day, and they love to pick Sand King for him. Neolution.int, they pick Sand King for him because he does such a good job with those. He always finds those Burrow Strikes, even at the low levels. You see 350 range on that. I watched this guy play. He played that day against, was it Cyberpink? I can't remember. He did play against them, and he was just absolutely spectacular. He just ganked from the get-go. He started at level 1, he just ganked, he got about level 2, he went middle lane just to gank, so he just went all the way from here. He started out here, got a gank, came out here, got in the mid lane, got another pick off, and then he just rotated down bottom, got a rune, and then got another pick off. So he was just rotating all game, just causing trouble. Sand King, the Barrel Strike does stun for quite a long time, and even at level 1, 217 seconds, a lot of time for follow-up. So it's a very strong stun to deal with, and of course, Weaver going to be able to chase down any of those guys.
Another pause out there.
I think we might actually see an offlane Enigma. No, we're gonna see a solo mid Enigma. Lei does actually switch over, so it will be question mark playing the Sand King. It might be a. Is there gonna be an offlane? This looks like an offlane Sand King because you see you don't see any clarity potions. Usually, if you go for the support Sand King, you buy wards and clarity potions, but nope. Blah is gonna buy the observer wards. If you can see here, observer wards on Blah, and Lei is gonna be on this. Is gonna be playing the Enigma. So Enigma. Is he going to be on the jungle, or is he going to be on the solo mid? Because right now Quap is not going to middle, and it looks like a solo mid Enigma to me. I'm not sure, but Magnus definitely will be going middle. Sand King will be looking to face up against the Brute Mother in that off lane, so as to offset her farm with the Caustic Finale. But then again, Hachiko, nope, he does buy up the ward, so he'll be supporting as an Enigma. Double clarity to him, so we'll be going into the jungle, and Lei another swap out coming out, so a lot of mind games coming in. So swap here to the Rubik, pass the wards over. Hachiko will be going into the jungle, gets pulled some clarity potions with some tangles, and so Ninja Boogie will be going with the single support Lei with him. But Weaver doesn't really need a lot of support. He is able to get out of trouble, and Rubik with the telekinesis will be able to buy him enough time. And we already see 4 heroes at bottom for Orange.
Yeah, scanning down, dropping out a ward, and looking around for the offlane hero, but they're not really going to find anyone. We've got Blah looking around, place that ward, and maybe looking for the rune, but no, they won't catch anyone.
Yep, and actually this is one of my favorite Lina stats on Extinct.
30 seconds to show.
I actually really like this Lina stat. I actually prefer it over the Arcana one. But it will be Dragon Knight not going in the middle lane, it will be Magnus in the middle. So it will be an offlane Brute Mother, and Weaver will be facing her one-on-one, so I guess it's kind of even. He can't be slowed by the Brute Mother, but then Nuke Gauge coming out once the Brute Mother gets that Soul Ring will be quite difficult for him to deal with. And of course, Enigma will be going to denying this one creep here for Quap, so just make her starting a little bit easier, but Quap will be going against a Trident, and it's not going to be easy for her at all. Illusion stolen by Rubik. Oh no, not stolen. He does pick up the rune here.
No more bets, please.
Yep, he gets the illusion rune here. And I'll bring up the last hits as well as the denies. Okay. Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how the Sand King goes mid against the Magnus. I mean, he's got that harass if he goes Caustic Finale. And he's not very tanky though. So I don't know. I feel like this could be pretty risky. He can get picked off quite easily.
Oh, it's a solo mid Sand King, so very interesting. Actually, very interesting against, but it does. very interesting, but it is actually quite a good matchup against Magnus, because Magnus is a solo, is a melee hero, so that caustic finale will actually be doing a lot of damage to him if he does come close to creep wave. But again, Magnus can always just stay at a distance and farm with shockwave, like we saw him earlier. Is that gonna be a deny? Not gonna get a deny off here. So middle lane, gonna be 3 for 3 now, 3 for 0 on both melee heroes. So actually quite clever to get that early epicenter up on the Sand King, and of course Net just gonna be phasing out this Blah here on the Queen of Pain, so Queen of Pain will not be getting anything from this lane. Weaver will be trying to match up against Ohio here in the top lane. The off lane, both spiders going at it, and of course one of them is kind of like an ant, but both arachnids going to be going at each other. Well, I would
it's quite clever having the Queen of Pain on this against this tri lane. I mean, their tri lane is designed to get early kills with that setup with disruption and the Lena stun, but Blah can blink away as soon as they start casting their animations and looking to pick him out. So it's clever in the sense that they don't want to give this tri lane any satisfaction of having stun early kills.
But the thing is that she does have animation on that blink, so if she gets caught out by the disruption, she won't have enough time. If Lina times the stun really well, she won't have any chance to blink out of that. And once she gets chain stun down, Dragon Knight comes in for the tail, and that'll be over for her. Because Blah, and also you don't want a QOP not getting any farm here, because Quap does need a lot of levels to function well, and without farm, she will not be getting anywhere, not be contributing at all to the team. So I think it's a lot better to have a Weaver down here. He can actually try and get some last hits here with the Shuguchi. Right now, Rubik as well as Weaver are probably not going to achieve a lot here. Although they do have a Sentry Wards keeping tabs on Ohio, they're not going to get anything. So Weaver going to lay down some harass. Oh, it's going to be a pickup here. Going to be throwing him back, but Weaver not going to go for it. Try goes for the body block, but Ohio going to be backing off. Will be hit by the Shuguchi. This might be first blood. Yeah, that will be first blood. Rubik will get it. And Lei, I said they weren't going to get a lot from the Brute Mother, but they do get it. Brute Mother a bit out of position there, staying a bit too long while the creep wave was right on her tail. So now we're going to have 4 range creeps here, going to be pushing away this tower, but Brute Mother does TP back into the lane, going to be using the spiders to going to fend off this push.
Queen of Pain in the bottom just got, yeah, as you said, disrupted, light strike away, and melted by that dragon. So
yep, she does pop the flask, but only have one tangle left
and get away. Blink getting Blah out of trouble there, but still that was it's a risky spot. He's just hanging out here on top of their ward, trying to get a little bit of XP, but it's not working out.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see no rotation coming in. They should just put the Quad back in the middle lane, try and get whatever experience she can get. But meanwhile, they just want to get that Sand King up to the epicenter. But I'm not sure if actually the epicenter will be paying a lot of dividends here in this middle lane. Actually, in this game in general, because I mean, yes, the epicenter is good, but an early epicenter doesn't really get you a lot because Sand King doesn't have that blink. So unless they're looking to rush an early blink on him, he's not going for any items other than the bottle. Maybe he gets the boots, but maybe he wants to rush a blink dagger up. I'm not so sure, but soloing the Sand King doesn't seem that well to me. I thought they would be putting the Sand King up against the Brute Mother, but no, they put the Weaver up. Although yes, they do get a first blood, Ohio will have no problem, especially if you see here with the Spiderlings. Going to be able to steal up some of that farm. Going to get a lot of this spider. It's going to be farming up the jungle. Brute Mother is just one of those heroes that can just catch up on in terms of farm. Haste going to spawn up top for KYXY. So Sand King not going to get the better of that trade. Buys up his boots. Already 5 levels up on him. Going to have 1 more point to the epicenter.
Meanwhile, Blah is still sitting at level 1 with 18 experience, no last hits. That's a very rough start for Queen of Pain. I mean, she's an early game hero, and you want her to be able to jump in there and do that damage early on, and she's just completely getting zoned out.
Yep, and Shadow Demon already eating into the trees here. The one to look for a pick off here on the Queen of Pain. He does eat through this tree. Gonna be able to
Ohio in
walk
trouble
out
top.
Oh, Ohio's in trouble up top, and he will get hit by the Enigma. And it's gonna be Shuki. Shuki's gonna miss. He's gonna touch him, and he's gonna drop. So that's Brute Mother going down once again, but Lei dropping very low to the Spiderlings. Spiderling 22 HP left on him. Gonna TP out of that. Spider's not gonna get it, but Shadow Demon does get the pick off here on the Queen of Pain. Like I said, Queen of Pain is not gonna get anything from that. He's gonna revive instantly because he's level 1. So he buys up the Null Talisman. He's still gonna head down to the bottom lane. I'm not sure about this. He should be rotating to the middle lane right now. Question mark already does have his
Ohio.
Ohio dies.
TP back in and just got caught out by those Eidolons and Maleficent.
Yeah, Eidolons do hurt a lot, and there are a lot of range creeps here,
Radiant's
so
toughened up
not
their
sure what Ohio was
structures.
doing, so feeds 3 deaths over.
Radiant's
I
top
imagine the
tower
Twitch
is
chat
taking
will be asking
hits.
him to disband very shortly. But then again, Magnus does rotate in, and Weaver has to be very careful. Gets the last hit on the tower, gonna be harassing KYXY here. Does he go for the RP? Nope, doesn't go for the RP. Could have gone the RP to pick off Ninja Boogie there, but didn't. And meanwhile, Dragon Knight's level 6 and Queen of Pain finally hitting 1.5.
Dire best do something.
1.5.
Bottom tower.
Yeah.
Radiant's mid towers.
He'll be getting level 2 at the end of this, but this is not a good start that Queen of Pain needs. And like I said, the Poison Dragon is going to be dealing a lot of damage to this tower.
Towers getting the business.
They are, those two supports are spending their entire time trying to find an angle on this Queen of Pain. They do not want to give
They
him
will
a
find it
second
now.
chance.
And then Disruption goes off, and this will be the end of Queen of Pain. There comes a TP support here from Sand King. Dragon Tail goes out. Light Strike Ray going to be hitting on Sand King, so preventing him from chaining up with the Epicenter here. Lucky for him, no Laguna Blade. Dragon Knight's going to drop really low with the Barrel Strike. And question mark, wants to go for it? Nope, not going to go for it. Sand King, lucky to get out there alive, but he did distract the Lina for a little bit there, so Queen of Pain will be surviving surviving that.
Could use a little
Level
help.
2 going to hit level 3 very shortly. Ohio has to be very careful not to get picked off once again. Ninja Boogie has gotten a lot of assist go and kills already. Sentry Ward going to be keeping tabs once again.
Yeah, it was a fast TP from question mark, but it's sort of still so crazy that the Shadow Demon's feeling comfortable enough to dive past that tower and try and initiate on the Queen of Pain.
Dire's mid
Yeah.
tower won't
Meanwhile,
last much longer.
KYXY, he has been farming quite good. Has got Arcane Boots, regen Rune as well, so he'll be spamming out those shockwaves, pushing out the lanes, and just harassing right back the Rubik. And Rubik hitting level 6 very shortly, going to have that steal up. But KYXY, he's working towards that blink. He has a TP scroll, so if there is a dive on any towers on the map, he can be TPing to offer support. And Weaver picks off the... Wow. I have to keep keep a better eye on Ohio here. Ohio dies for the 4th time this game, but gets the Enigma in return. For at least this time he gets another kill. But still, things not working out for Ohio. Queen of Pain only died once, but Ohio has died 4 times. So
I'd like to see him try and get some wards and de-ward his lane a little bit. I mean, it's got to be fairly obvious to him that this ward is sitting there right where he's trying to escape and get into the jungle. And they're just getting him again and again with it.
yep, and I'm glad to see that the Twitch chat says there's no more lag. So big shout out to the gun, I think the gun guy that helped me, the tech guys that helped me. Really helpful. I was a bit disappointed that it was a bit lagging. I wanted to give you guys a smooth stream, but now it's all good. So we're gonna have a game 2, and this looks really good with Ohio dying actually 4 times. Okay, it's not good because Ohio dies 4 times.
Stun
Ohio
team
does die 4
smoked up
times.
in the middle.
Yep, 4 times. Oh, RP goes out. Nope, Sand King going to be barrel striking out of that. Disruption goes out. Light Ray lands on him. And a kick from Magnus will end his life. So Sand King gets caught out here by the Lina as well. Shadow Demon combo. Level 4 on both of them already. Going to be looking to dish out a lot of more hurt. Once Lina gets up the Laguna Blade, that's going to hurt a lot more. And Dragon Knight. Dragon tails up the Queen of Pain here. Queen of Pain throws out the Shadow Strike. Gonna get a flame up on her. Is she gonna take from this poison? I'm not sure if the poison can kill. No, poison doesn't get. Poison is a
2 health.
yeah, 3 HP. Poison isn't fatal, so she doesn't go down. But Dragon Knight gets another tower.
Black
And,
Hole just caught 2 in the middle. RP.
oh, RP goes out and Barrel Strike goes out to cancel KYXY. Is there RP or RP is used? No. Rubik steals the RP on Net, but Net will be getting a kill here. Will be stunned up. Malefice, Shadow Poison. Is he going to tag Rubik? Not going to tag Rubik. So a great Black Hole here from Hachiko. Thanks for catching that. Go catch the end of that, but Hachiko going to have a great Black Hole. Going to be catching out the. Who did he catch out anyway? He caught
He had
Magnus.
Magnus and Shadow Demon both caught out in that.
Yeah, so the Black Hole is going to catch both of them. Going to get a nice kill. Rubik very lucky to get out of that. Stealing the RP, going to hold on to that one. And Shadow Demon
Radiant's mid
going to go down to all
tower
those
could use a
Eidolons,
hand.
so very good rotation coming in. And question mark, this Sand King actually working out quite well for them. Although he hasn't been getting a lot of kills, hasn't used his epicenter, but at high levels of Barrel Strike has been helping him save teammates a little bit. Meanwhile, Ninja Boogie is out of mana, so he has to be very careful. He does have stick charges to bring him up, so maybe he wants to bait Ohio into coming in to gank him because he's like, Weaver has no mana, so I'm going to jump for it. Because Weaver doesn't have boots, doesn't have mana, so no Shubuchi means he can't get out of it.
Thankfully, Ohio seems to be playing a little bit more cautiously now, though he's still sitting on top of a ward, so not quite working out in that sense.
Yep. Lei has come back in 50 seconds on his RP, so he'll be looking to use that very shortly, but he has to use it very quick. The level 1 spell steal doesn't last for very long, and Spider's going to bite him down a little bit, just annoy the hell out of him. But Tower's going to get that, and Magnus gets another kill here in the back lines.
Dire's
Enigma goes
mid
down.
tower's having technical difficulties.
And tower gonna be hit away by Mushi again. Like I said, I haven't got a chance to say this, but Neolution.int, they have been giving a bit too much respect to Mushi, I feel. They have been giving him all the free space in the world, not even rotating down to gank him. That's what got them into trouble with the Shadow Fiend the last game. They're gonna get in trouble with the Dragon Knight
The
this game.
Dire weren't partial to that mid tower.
Question mark up the top, had a smoke, and he's initiated on the Broodmother there.
And
So I think
goodbye,
it's up.
Ohio.
I'm not even sure the epicenter was needed for that one, but sealed the deal.
Yep,
They had
Ohio
plenty of vision.
now going for 1 for 5 here, and the Queen of Pain already catching up at level 5. We're going to see the hero levels for a moment there. Ohio still up at level 7 because of his solo EXP. And Malefic's stun goes out on Dragon Knight, so no more respect for you, Mr. Mushi. Going to be disruption, used defensively, dodging the Shadow Strike, and Soul Catcher goes out on Blah. Blah has to be very careful here. Mushi goes for the counter stun. Hachiko will go down to the triple dragons, and Shukuchi will pick off the Shadow Demon, so a nice kill. Laguna Blade goes out on Blah. Blah gets the light strike or rip off. Sanking goes down, tries to pick off, but Mushi, Ninja Boogie gets 2 kills here. Will get a triple. Is he going to get a triple? Magic Stick Charge going to be saving his life for a bit. Dragon Knight's going to be poked there, but triple kill here for Ninja Boogie. So I was wrong about the Weaver being not good. So RP goes out here on Ninja Boogie, and a nice Barrow Strike follow up. Is he going to get a kill here? Time lapse out. Is he going to get survived? No, he's going to survive here. Soul Catcher, Disruption. Skill is going to catch him at the edge, ending his mega kill streak. So KYXY will be getting another kill here. Net, very good on those disruptions. Did he buy out for that one? No, he didn't buy out, but nice Barrow Strike here from Rubik. And Rubik still uses the RP that he stole. We'll be looking to steal now. He's going to steal Disruption. I want to steal Disruption. Disruption's a good spell to catch. But nope. Like I said, man, question mark, Sanking's very good for them. Neolution.int, they just favor this Sanking so much. Spiders are going to be biting away at this. Hachiko's going to come try defend this, but Eidolons versus Spiders, Spiders win in terms of numbers. And again, they're going to be turning to Spiders themselves, so Hachiko's going to be harassed back. So despite this 1-5 horrendous score on Ohio, he's still doing a pretty good job. Not taking the tier 1, but getting the tower.
That fight there in the mid, it just kept going. It was pretty much a game of trades. It was sort of the 2 supports for Queen of Pain and Enigma. It didn't look like it was going to favour Neolution, but taking down the DK did them a favour, and then of course Weaver drops down as well. So it's hard to really tell in the end who came out on top of that, but perhaps I would say Orange, because they did get a bit of pressure onto this top tower.
Well, but Ninja Boogie did get a triple kill out of that one, so 5-1 on that guy. He's going to nearly get his Lincoln Sphere very shortly, but Lincoln Sphere is not going to do too much for him. It does save him from disruptions as well as Dragon Tails, but it will only block one spell, so I guess that's good enough time for him to get into the Shuki. But now Dragon Knight going to be rotating up top. Question mark has to be very careful. I think they want to look for they want to look for Ohio again, but here comes the disruption here on Enigma. Enigma already dropping down very low, getting caught here by the Spiders as well as the Illusion, so he's going to go down. Sanking going to try dodge that, going to get tailed up, so that's the end of his life. Light Strike Ray, Laguna Blade, so a lot of hit coming the way of Sanking. 9-11 is the score. Oh, dropping down very low, X-Ting on that Lina.
Bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Keeping back home.
Top tower's getting beat.
This is really good, getting this tower and actually helping Ohio out a little bit. He had a rough start, and now he's going to have a lot of fun in this jungle here with that tower down.
Yep.
Be able to farm up a little bit better. He's started building his orchid.
Right now.
Yeah, and once again, we do see a very huge tower advantage coming the way of Orange. Already 4 towers lost for Neolution.int, and they have only taken 1 tier 1 up top. And that tower is pretty much forfeit anyway. His Spider died too many times. But Blah has caught up a little bit, up at levels 8 already, surpassing Shadow Demon as well as Lina. But then again, he was the solo offlane. He should be getting more experience out there. And Dragon Knight might actually go for the tail here. Nope, gonna be blinking away just in time. But Mushi not giving a damn. He's gonna be harassing down his tower once again. He has gone for the drum strats as well as the Ring of Basilius. Here comes the Malefic stun. He's gonna be stunned up. Eidolon's converted. Malefic is not gonna go for it. Dragon Knight just a bit too tank for them to deal with, and Spiders meanwhile going to be farming up the Dire jungle. So Broodmother, what's he looking at? He's looking for that Orchid, of course, for that Weaver. Already up at 1 Oblivion Staff, has 1.5k gold to go on him. So despite dying many times, Ohio can still look to come back in this game very quickly. All the trees start to grow back, and Ninja Boogie just going to be using Shukuji here. And here comes the Broodmother going to be using to harass him down. But Shadow Demon does rotate in, tries to look for a pick off here with the back of Lina. Lina has 4 points, Dragon Slave as well as the Laguna Blade, so doing a lot of burst damage coming out here. Hachiko meanwhile working towards that mechanism. Yep, working towards the mechanism, wants to get some burst heal for the team here, and it's a good idea as well with that. With a lot of those damage coming out from the Radiant side, it'll be good to get a mech, but I'm not sure if a mech or BKB would be a better first item choice, because Hachiko does have a lot of lockdown to be going up against at middle lane. The heroes from Radiant are going to be going up middle lane, trying to take the tier 2 tower up mid. try to extend the advantage they have now. If you look at the goal graph, it is 4,000 in favor because all those towers lost. This is the strength of the Broodmother, just showing right here.
Yeah, the pushing power can always make up for a rough start with the Broodmother as well. So I don't think I still don't like it as a pick really, but she has her uses, pushing the lane out and catching up with that gold later on.
Yep, and now we're going to see Weaver can give you chase. Nope. Mushi's just going to go back down to farm. He does farming the best, and he already has 3.1k, so a lot of gold up on him. And Quap has not been getting any pickoffs, just got picked off twice in fact. And here comes Weaver with the bucks. Going to go for Lina, and a nice barrel strike. Going to be blocking that, but here comes the Soul Catcher. Going to be Laguna Blade up, and there's going to be a skewer. Is that going to be an RP? That's going to be a Malefic stun on him. Here comes Queen of Pain with the Malefic stun, double damage on KYX. So be careful where you throw that RP. Oh no, not going to get it. Blood going screaming down, but Weaver going to get another pick off here. And Nat, is he going to go down? Is there any stuns? No stuns. So Ninja Boogie will not be getting another kill out of that. Ohio be happy to get away with his life actually. Has his orchid already.
Extinct did a good job there. He actually did hit the Weaver with his Light Striker Wave, but wasn't enough to save him, so attempted to escape out there.
So that was a good fight for Neolution.int. They get good fights, but they are not taking a lot of what they call objectives or towers from this. They don't get Roche, they don't get any kind of advantage, permanent advantage, apart from the goal and experience. So all these kills don't really matter, as they say, because you kill, you usually want to take a tower or you want to gain some advantage. Like this mid tier 1, they were just very far away when the fight happened. So those devs, by the time they get to the tier 1, all the heroes have respawned. So it's not such a big deal for Orange.
And with, you know, Dragon Knight has, as much as he's tanky, he hits hard, he's also got that really strong pushing power. Broodmother, obviously, we've already talked about that. So it's an objective-based game, as you said, and Orange already have a lot of map control. They've only lost one tower, and they've got, you know, what is it, five towers down of the outer of Neolution. So
yeah, and Mushi picks up the Sanjay here, so not sure if he wants to go for the S and Y. It's possible he could be going for the Heaven's Hilbert as well, but I don't see anyone that he would like to Hilbert at this moment. He's the hardest hitter right now. So perhaps Weaver, but Weaver was only gone for the Lincoln Sphere. Doesn't really hit very hard until he gets its next item up. But Moshi has that Sanjay. It's a good source of HP for a Shrine hero especially. Does come with that nifty slow that's going to help him a lot. The Dragon will be getting that. But now it's going to pop his Dragon form and going to be hitting away at this tower. And this is the last tier 2 for Neolution.int, and they do have the glyph. Are they going to pop the glyph for this? Enigma doesn't have a blink, so he can't even get into any position to land that black hole. So he has to rely on actually going in, actually getting jump on and surviving. Right now, that's the only form of initiation, other than Sand King. Sand King doesn't have his bottle, doesn't have his blink. He went for face boot, so this carry Sand King right here. Going for the movement speed, wants to look for those good barrel strikes, but he's smoked up, and I think they're going in for it. Ohio, is he going to spot out? The smoke's going to break, and here comes question mark. As there's going to be a lift off here on Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight Mushi's going to be isolated from the side. RP going to catch 2, Weaver as well as Blah, going to be caught out here. But Sand King does go down to the Magnus. Net will die to the Weaver here. KYXY, he already used his RP. He doesn't have it. No skewer, no one. And Queen of Pain ultimate does go through. Both of them does do a lot of damage to Ohio. But Mushi does go for the stun. Lina dropping very low, will be dropping. And Ninja Boogie gets 2 kills. There's going to be a black hole for this Dragon Knight. No black hole. So Hachiko holding on to that black hole. Is he going to go for the black hole? Lift off here from Mushi. Mushi dropping very low. His armor dropping. Going to go for TP. Is that going to be? Nope. Fateball picks him off. So Mushi will drop 3 heroes lost. Sand King has to buy out for that one. But that was a great pickup here for Neolution.int. Good fight.
Yeah, that was a really good fight for them. I mean, you had the Weaver in there just nipping in and out in between the fights, picking off those supports, just doing so much damage. And I think that's why it works as a carry in the team fights, because Shadow Demon Lina, that they drop so quickly when he's targeting them. But on the flip side, I don't think he can really bring Dragon Knight down that quickly. I mean, it took 4 of them focusing Mushi then to kill that Dragon Knight.
And also, if you notice the Hachiko on his Enigma, he has not used his black hole. He's been holding it for quite a while now. You could have just used it on 1 or 2 heroes and that would have sufficed. And another thing is he goes for the black hole, but he does not get threats or he goes for the Tranquil Boost. So his base mana is actually quite low. I play Enigma quite a bit, so I do realize this problem, especially since that black hole mana cost increase across the levels. It does hurt Enigma quite a lot, especially to get the level 2 black hole when you're not ready to support it. Without enough points in stats, you can't actually throw out the black hole efficiently. You find yourself out of mana after using your Malefice a couple of times, Eidolons as well. It does drain a lot of your mana, and with that 350 black hole cost, it is quite a lot to take out from him. And besides, black hole, you don't really use it for the damage, use it for the holding in place, and the 10 second to the cooldown decrease doesn't really matter that much, I feel. The 10 seconds, not really playing a big part compared to the huge mana cost it requires to cast a level 2 black hole. One more point in the Midnight Pulse would have done a lot better.
Blah charging in, he saw them all and decided better of it. And we've got the Orchid and a gem up on the Broodmother now. Ohio looking a little happier with life.
Yep, and oh, here comes Dragonite with the interruption, and Mushi will go with the Dragon Tail here, and the pick up from the Rubik will be throwing him back down. Not going to throw him anywhere else, but Mushi, so tanky, not going to get, but Ninja Buu, here he comes. He's going to be coming in, going to pick off Mushi, but meanwhile, Laguna Blade goes off on Enigma. Enigma will go down here, but Mushi, no mana, and here comes TP support, double TP support going in, and I think they'll be backing off here. Whoa, Net TP's in with such low HP here, so that's a bit of an unnecessary TP, and X-Ting might actually go down here. A nice RP here, X-Ting. Nice time lapse from Ninja Boogie. Going to be getting out there alive. Very clutch from him. And Mushi will be dropping low here. And question mark will be picking up. Great Power Strike will pick up Mushi. And KYXY going to be running for his life here. Does go for the Vanguard. Very interesting indeed. And here comes the Weaver Bucks. Is he going to catch him out? Blink Dagger in 2 seconds. 1 second. We'll be blinking out this. We'll be blinking. Nope. Going to get hit. So KYXY will be in a bit of trouble here. But I think he's baiting it. Ohio does have the silence. And Power Strike missing just a bit. Ohio going to get the silence off on Sand King. And here comes Magnus. He doesn't have enough. He does have the Skewer. Doesn't have a Shockwave. The Sandstorm going to getting out of that. But Ohio, he's getting chased down by a Weaver of a Gem. He's not getting out of this. Orchid is not going to save his life. Is he going to get it? Ninja Boogie goes for the Shikuchi. Goes for the Shikuchi. Is he going to go up? Nope, not going to rotate up. Ohio is going to juke him well. And going to get out of that. Buck's not going to catch him out. And Magnus gets out of life as well. The Vanguard does pay dividends for him, saving his life. Question mark. Going to get out of that. Still not having a Blink Dagger at this point. Kind of hurts him in my opinion.
Yeah, the lack of Blink Daggers is definitely hurting these guys. But the tankiness of Mushu is half the problem. Weaver had to commit that entire fight here under the tower to just trying to right-click down that Dragon Knight, and it took sort of the death of 2 other supports before he even got him near death. So he's already very tanky, and it's only 20 minutes into the game. They're running out of options on heroes that can actually bring him down.
Yep, and meanwhile you see Lei actually diving very deep in. He's going to spot the Broodmother, and Broodmother is going to end his life. Goodbye, Lei. Oh, Lei. Lei is looked back off now. Courier. Okay, Courier is going to be fine. But Lei, very dangerous there. But Broodmother, having died a couple of times, I guess, suffering from a bit of phobia, not wanting to die from that Rubik there. Afraid of supports jumping up from the jungle.
He's got a smoke up by Orange in the middle here.
Yeah, and
looking to pick off question mark perhaps.
Yeah, still doesn't have his Blink Dagger, and that really hurts them a lot. He's been getting those really big battle strikes, but he has not been following up the epicenter. Like I said, all these ultimates are just held on to. I just feel like, oh, Dragon Knight goes for the tail, and there goes Sand King. Sand King's going to drop. He does have a buyout for this, so if he does want to come out for this fight, he does have it. And it's going to be a catch here on the Broodmother. Broodmother is going to be chasing the Rubik. Rubik will be backing off here. Lei will be backing up. Yep, TP off. Hachiko, meanwhile, going to be running to the secret shop. He does not have a TP. Tries to convert one. Will convert one creep here. But Broodmother will not care. Will just be continuously pushing with the spiders.
They're sort of, yeah, both their initiators are still without a blink, so they have to kind of walk into team fights, which is really hurting them in terms of positioning. Meanwhile, you have the blink up on Mag. He's got all that control. The supports are positioning themselves really well on the side of Orange. The Lina, Disruptor, sticking together, lining up those stuns.
But Ninja Boogie does get another tower to his name. He picks up the crit Crystalist, gets a bit of crit, a bit of bonus damage coming in. Malefice goes out, RP catches 2, pushes the Enigma as well as the Weaver out. And it's going to be a Light Strike Ray follow up here from Ninja Boogie. He's going to time lapse out, but Enigma goes down immediately. But RP is not going to be getting them anything because they RP and back off right now. But this is a free pick off here for Enigma. But they're not going to push the issue right now. Queen of Pain is pushing out the middle lane, did pick off the tower there. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain. Double damage. Yep.
Blur's slowly catching up. He still had a rough start and he's really showing that. I mean, in levels, he's miles behind. Net worth, I mean, you don't want to see a Queen of Pain in early to mid game sitting at the bottom of the net worth table. It sort of really limits his effectiveness in terms of putting out that burst damage. In contrast, you have both Lina, but Lina doesn't really need that farm to sort of be able to obliterate with the Laguna Blade and the burst damage. So a little bit of a shame, I think, running that long lane Queen of Pain. I think that's really slowed down.
If they had just done the laning like we suggested in the draft phase, like put the Sand King against the Brood Mother would have had a hard time. Her spiders would have just evaporated, and just put the Weaver Rubik against. Actually, just the Rubik alone would have been good. Rubik with the Sand King would have been a good dual lane against the Brood Mother, and just leaving the Weaver against the Shadow Demon Lina combo, it would have been pretty decent for them. The Weaver could still use Shukuchi to get some last hits in the early levels where the nuke isn't that great yet. But then again, the Quap, if he had the early level 6, early level 7, he could have gone to the silence and just destroyed, because Lina and Shadow Demon are just so squishy. And even the Brood Mother, just a few nukes, especially since she keeps using that Soul Ring, her life is going to be really down low, and it's really easy to get a pick off. But now, the Dire are paying towards Roshan. They want to go for a pick off here.
Lei's got his force stuff up, which might actually help with some of those initiation now. Lack of Blink Dagger, but he can still force stuff the Enigma or the Sand King in if needed. Oh, Blink Dagger up on question mark now, so that's going to also help a lot and perhaps take this fight.
Yeah, he's finally gotten his farm with all that farm, but this, he's not shown it yet. That's the thing. He has not shown his Blink Dagger, so if Orange do get caught out, the next fight is going to be huge. But all ultimates are up, so this next fight will be very crucial. It determines who gets Roshan. Observer are going to spot out Ninja Boogie here, but he's going to be just sending his bugs out, and the Observer ward just pops. And here comes the Blink initiation on Mushi here, but nope, not going to go for it. And power goes out on Mushi, going to be boosting his damage a little bit more. Magnus, meanwhile, still sitting at his Vanguard. Very interesting item for KYXY here, but it does save him a couple of times, make him a lot more tanky. Mushi is going to found this Ancient Stack, and looks like Neolution.int are going to be abandoning the idea of this Roshan attempt.
I think they feel like they can't take the team fight if they don't have the advantage in the high ground, so they don't want to be caught down there, not with an RP up, not with, Lina Shadow Demon being able to stun them from the side, so they've abandoned that. They're just going to go back up and try and push back this spider here, who's having a great time farming jungle, lane, and everything, and just sitting off on the lane by himself.
Another thing to note is that Blah, he did actually decide to go for the Aghanim Scepter at the start, but now he decides to go for the Oblivion Staff instead. So he'll be working towards that Orchid Malevolence instead of that Aghanim Scepter. Wants to go for that silence, get pickoffs on the Brood Mother or even Magnus. Silencing up Magnus, preventing him from using any RPs during the fight is quite big, for 5 seconds actually. And even using a Shadow Demon, prevent those defensive disruptions. That can be very helpful as well, and looks like they're rotating to look for this Queen of Pain, but Queen of Pain is blinking very far in here. Not going to want to get
Ninja
caught
Boogie
out.
hunting. I was going to say Ninja Boogie hunting Ohio, but Ohio spotted him out there. I'm not actually sure.
And Ohio does have the Orchid, so I don't think Ninja Boogie and Gift Chase. He might actually get picked off if he does try for it. Right now, Ninja Boogie doesn't hit hard enough. I feel that this game would have been perfect for him to get a Radiance. Because the Radiance burn actually does stop Blink Dagger Magnus to some extent. Of course, it does help him with the push as well, but it does stop Blink Dagger Magnus a lot. Because if you get near Magnus, Magnus gets burned. He might actually RP the floor if he's not careful. Because usually you see players just going for the Blink Shift RP, and because the Blink is cancelled, they just shift straight into the RP, and that's a problem for them at times.
And we've got the Reaver up on Mushi now.
And they're going to be breaking the smoke here, so Sand King going to be breaking the smoke and just wasting Orange's time here. Orange not getting a lot done in the past few minutes actually. They have been getting a lot of towers in the early game, but now you see the gold graph has plateaued. 2,000 gold in favor, and here goes the stun here, and who gets caught out? No, is that an illusion? No, that was an illusion. So Dragon Tail and an illusion for a moment got me hyped up there, but nope. Observer was going to spot it, so anyone getting caught out there will be very, very... Well, must not have been watching the map, but that was an illusion, so great bait out here, going to be breaking the smoke gang here from Orange. So Orange, like I said, haven't been getting a lot. 2k gold has been plateauing out with 2k gold for the past 10 minutes already, and Enigma has to be very careful, going for the Black King bar, not even going for the Blink Dagger, doesn't even want to bother. But again, Ninja Boogie is forced to stay up here on the top lane to deal with this Brood Mother, constantly just farming up the spiders. But with this gem, he can actually just target down the spiders and get a lot of farm from this. Ninja Boogie already at 184 last hits, but Magnus, Lina, as well Shadow Demon. Going to be rotating up here to get this Weaver pick off. But Weaver going to throw out the box. RP goes out, no, it's going to be a Shukuchi. Is that going to be a skill? Is that going to be an RP? Nope, nice fire array. And here comes question mark. He doesn't have the blink, he didn't go for the blink, his blink got cancelled by someone. And here's going to the silence, and it's going to be an RP. RP catches only question mark will drop here. RP was stolen by Rubik, so the next fight will be huge. There's a force of disruption goes out on the Enigma, so Enigma won't be getting any catch outs from that. So A little bit of a sad attempt to get the epicenter into the blink, but Dragon Slave I think did catch him at the end of that, so he did not get to follow up with the blink.
That's a disadvantage from fighting from the low ground up into this jungle here. I mean, they didn't see where Ohio was sitting right up there, so it was a little bit of a greedy chase perhaps, and I'm not sure they had the advantage of the terrain. So, or just net.
Go find out. Oh, not even going for the Shadow Demon. Very interesting. Oh, I
So
think
she should have finished him off there, but yeah, spotted Mushi out. Didn't really want to trade her own life for a support.
But I think Mushi doesn't have the damage right now to pick off a Queen of Pain solo. He does have a heart, does have the S and Y. He's very tanky, very hard to bring down, but he doesn't really deal a lot of damage. If you look at him now, he does deal about 200 splash, but that's not a lot. He doesn't have the crit. He doesn't deal the super amount of damage, and we're going to see a catch here on Ohio. Ohio going to be finding his 6th death finally after 10 to 15 minutes. His 6th death going to come to him, and KYXY can look do nothing but stare at his teammate getting owned. So a good pick off here from Neolution.int. They might look to take the tower here, but with RP up on the Rubik, it might be a good pick off here. But no, Lei is going to back off here. 3 levels in RP. This will be a very huge reverse polarity throwback at Orange. So
yeah, that's if they take the team fight. I mean, they've decided to move back. They don't feel like they have much more advantage other than getting that one pick off. They have more kills on the board, but I feel like they still think they're playing from behind. And in a way they are with some of their... They're not as farmed as Orange. They've only got the farm up on the Weaver, really.
Well, here they are. They're going to be taking a fight now. And before the fight starts out, I'd just like to give a big shout out to Dota Talk, Gigabyte, as well as Western Digital for just sponsoring esports, just hosting this tournament. It's great. Any help for esports is good. So, and of course, a shout out to Beyond the Summit for letting me cast. I'm Lysander Zenora, bringing you your English coverage along with Vix from Australia. So it's great for us to be here. Really happy. And meanwhile, Neolution.int just baited out the Roshan from Orange. I think they'll be forcing a fight here. Rubik does have the RP for now 2 minutes here, so can actually look to take a fight. And here comes the Bucks. Net gonna be dodging them. Sentry Ward already placed down in precaution. But Ninja Boogie, does he spot his observer on the high ground? Remains to be seen. But meanwhile, both teams are just going to be stalemating around the Rosh Pit. Mushi just going to be farming up even more. 1.7k gold on that guy. He's just so tanky.
Yeah, he is very tanky. And I mean, Ninja Boogie now has a Daedalus, so he's hitting quite hard now, but he's going to have to spend his whole time focusing that Dragon Knight.
Okay, here comes Malefice, as well as KYXY, and here's going silence on the Magnus. Magnus will not be doing anything for this. Disruption goes out defensively. Black Hole going to latch on 3, and Mushi, the tanking ultimate, going to follow through, and RP finally going to go. And Ninja Boogie going to drop very low as he's going to go for the time lapse. Enigma will be going down, goes for the Malefice style. Mushi just standing there and right clicking everything. Sanky going to be blocking him, but there's a big turnaround fight here. Ninja Boogie will get another one, Blah will get 2, and Mushi will pick up the Sand King, but he drops very low, gets orchided up, and Blah, he wants to go for his armor, going to be reduced here. Mushi gets killed by Ninja Boogie, so unstoppable for Ninja Boogie, and he might get a rush here. You said the Daedalus was up on him, yes, and it does hit very hard.
Yeah, that fight, the Sand King ulti into the black hole was really, really well done. I mean, they did turn it around with RP, but...
Oh no. Actually does die here, and Ninja Boogie has to be very careful. He does have Gem, he can spot them out, but the Magnus, did anyone buy out in that fight? No. Except for Queen of Pain. So Queen of Pain forced to buy out here, but the Spiders are going to be backing off right now. Like you see here, 500 crit here on the Weaver. Just absolutely devastating. DK, although he's tanked, like I said, he doesn't do enough damage. He was shooting for so long, but only 2 heroes died, and those were supports. And a lot of his team was caused to actually get that kill here. So I think Neolution.int will be taking the Roshan here. Mushi is down for now, 20 seconds, and whoa, Lei has to be very careful, get silenced up. But sad for him, he did not get that RP off, so very unfortunate for him. Purge goes out and Blood. Weaver picks up the Aegis. Ninja Boogie will be time-lapsing out of this, and Ohio wants to fight this, and he pops the BKB. Laguna Blade goes out, Queen of Pain goes down. Ninja Boogie will be using his Aegis right away. Dragon Knight going to be reviving right now. Wants to go for a pick off here, but actually they might actually get a Lina. Nope, not going to get anything. So Queen of Pain goes down for nothing. Aegis is forced to pop. So a good trade here from Orange, not losing anyone for that. So this Aegis pretty much was just gold and experience for them.
Still a good golden experience for Neolution, but Orange has caught up a lot on the kill score, and like you said, Aegis popping straight away means they don't really get to turn that into pushing advantage at all. And Mushi's just going to go back down the bottom and keep farming now, and he really does need more damage doing items. They've realised that Ninja Boogie can put out quite a lot of damage, take down the support so quickly. Lena, Shadow Demon, both dropping very quickly. But meanwhile, Mushi actually has to sort of focus on the hero for quite a while, and Ohio as well, not quite pumping out as much damage as you'd like to see. So it's pretty even, really. It's sort of one way or the other. XP is sitting a little in the favour of Neolution, but Orange have levelled off the gold advantage right down to sort of only about 1k.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I had about Mushi's build at the start. Although he does have Empower, he does have a little bit of cleave damage coming on, and that 50% bonus. It doesn't really hit hard, like you said, and the SNY, it does give him a lot of movement speed, does give him the maim. It's all nice, but now that's what he needs. He picks up the crit, and this is where the damage will start coming in. If you crit a splash, it's going to hurt a lot. But he still needs a bit more to get the Daedalus, and before that, I think Neolution do have a chance to pick up some more items on the Quap. Quap going for that BKB, Weaver going for even more damage items. Already 3k go on him, but Ninja Boogie has been playing for spectacular for this game. 11 to 1 on this Weaver. I think he's beyond godlike, if I'm not wrong. Oh,
Orange is looking in at this bottom lane here. Pushing in won't be too hard for them at this stage. They do have RP up. Yeah, they have RP up, and I think they saw that a lot of the interiors were on the other side of the map.
Yeah, such as Weaver. Weaver's still farming. Mushi is going to be slowing the Enigma here. Hachiko, if he gets stunned up, it might be over for them. Black Hole is up. Maleficus is already spent, and so is the Midnight Pulse. But this is going to be forcing Mushi away. And Magnus might look for a return. It's going to be a bait, and then it goes for the RP and catches a lot. But if he does get that, it will be huge. But meanwhile, the creep wave does get a little bit of momentum, but the tower's going to push them back. Tower's going to take a little damage, but now it's a fight. Mushi going to Maleficus up, still hitting away at the tower here, not giving a damn. Enigma really needs that Blink Dagger, but he does not have it. He does have the BKB, and Blah has to be very careful not to get tailed up. But Weaver actually wants to go for the roundabout here, not spotting out this ward. This ward. Come on, spot out the ward. Yeah, that's the ward. He has not enough range to get it. And here comes Sanking on the back of a haste rune. This could be huge. Mushi's already down at half health. He needs a bit of time for the heart to go in, and here comes the bugs. And Dragon Form actually does expire now. Here comes Sanking with the haste. He's going to be going for the Barrel Strike, not going for it. And an instant silence goes on the Quap. And Shadow Demon goes down. The Weaver already getting a pick off here before the fight even starts. And does Magnus return back with an RP? They're going to be giving chase. And Mushi going to go for this. Is there going to be a silence? No! Barrel Strike just a bit short. And here comes the Weaver. Weaver going for the time lapse, not going for anything else. So just losing the Shadow Demon there. But a great chase here. But no, Blah wants to give chase. He's giving chase. He has the silence. He wants it. RP goes out. Instant size. Quick fingers here from Blah. Instant Barrel Strike. No mana for the epicenter. This is why Face Boost is not used on Sand King that often. But here goes Magnus. Tries to go for the RP. Doesn't want to just catch the Sand King. But here comes the Nina with the Light Trial Ray. He doesn't get anything. The Shadow Demon does return back into the fight. Blah does TP out on very little bit HP. But Hachiko already popping his Soul Ring, getting ready to dive into that fight. But Mushi back with full HP. And question mark, we saw there. Not enough mana after the blink to go for the epicenter, or Magnus could have gone down.
Yeah, they were trying to sort of turn that defense into a good team fight at the tier 2 and then maybe take the tier 2, but I feel like it was all a little bit too scattered and everyone had spent so many spells and abilities during the chase that they're all very low in mana. So in the end it was just the Shadow Demon going down and everyone heading back to standoff positions.
Yep, and Weaver picks up his BKB right off the bat. I was thinking 3.8k gold. Maybe he has been listening to the cast. Maybe he picks up his relic, but nope, he's not going for the Radiance. Radiance would be really helpful to stop that Magnus blink. Although Queen of Pain, wow, those fingers, have you seen them? The silence on that Magnus was so quick.
It was a very, very quick silence and saved Blah's life. He got out of trouble for free.
My Magnus nearly died in return, but this Vanguard guy, KYXY, the tanker of this team, Mushi, 3.5k HP on him, so nothing to sneeze at, as well as a lot of HP. And Hachiko gets tailed up here. The big mistake to come up here, but nope, they're not going to follow up on this. There is a possible black hole that come out of that. Oh, that's essentially what. So Ninja Boogie, if he gets caught out here, it might be over for them. He does not have buyout. He bought the entire BKB, so he doesn't have buyout. So a bit of a dangerous play coming out of him. Weaver, Brute Mother, going to be hanging out, dropping all the webs, just maintaining vision. They just want to break this tower. This tower is on really low. I think Queen of Pain already getting denied, already facing the tower. Wants to deny this instantly. I think goes for the deny here. Not going to give Mushi the satisfaction. Another Dragon Tail goes on Hachiko. And here comes Magnus. Is Magnus going to come out here? Nope. not gonna go for it. A little bit far back, but blah.
Fire might want to mine
Gonna
the
blank.
top
Gonna blink back out of there.
Ninja Boogie looping around behind them as well.
Yeah, he has poked down the sentry ward, so there is no more vision. And here comes, he's gonna pick off, and RP goes out on Ninja Boogie alone. And this might be it. This is gonna be a very big pickup. Wicked 6 streak ended, but there is no more carry for them, and disruption does go out on the Dragon Knight. Weaver does not have buyback for another 80 seconds. They might lose Drax here. Hachiko, a big mistake here. Coming out of it. No, I mean, Ninja Boogie, a big mistake coming out of this Weaver. They might actually lose a Rex here because of that death. And top lane's pushing in. They might lose more than one Rex here. And if they lose this fight, this is possibly the game. And Mushi just gonna be pushed back. Dragon Flame gonna be damaging his back a bit, but he's gonna throw his own Dragon Flame, push down the Flame. And here comes the Barrel Strike here on Mushi, but Mushi's gonna be backing out here. And Enigma goes for the BKB, wants to go for black hole, catches too. Mushi's caught in the black hole. The Sonic Wave goes out, Disruption gonna use defensively once again, saving Mushi's life. Mushi goes drop red low, Paintball takes him out. So no more Dragon Knight. So this push will be halted for a bit. KYXY use the RP, but here comes the Epicenter, not dealing a lot of damage. And Ohio dropping very low. Net. Barrel Strike lands onto Ohio, drops very low. Rubik gets another kill, and KYXY going to go down as well. So this fight looks to be horrendous for Neolution.int. Turns around to be a fall for one trade. So that orange diving a bit too hard there. Enigma just going balls deep. He doesn't have a blink dagger, so guess what? He uses a TP scroll. So that was really big from him. But they do lose 2 tier 3 towers for that. And again, not going to be getting a lot to capitalize out of this great team fight. So
I think it could have gone a lot worse for them, though. I mean, losing the Weaver was very scary. That looked like Rax, it really did. Or, like you said, potentially too. But turning that into a fight where they lose, they get 4 heroes, that's a solid defense from them. And a lot of it is that Sand King just diving in and manning up to the task and Burrow striking into those heroes.
Yeah, but that guy still needs mana. He always finds himself running out of mana. Not be able to chain up the Epicenter, and that really does hurt his game quite a bit. But his Epicenters have been a bit off recently. I mean, I think he's been taking some damage from the Spiderlings, not being able to blink into the fight. So if he does get a perfect Epicenter off, it could be a team wipe, because Lina is sitting at 1.1k, Shadow Demon 1k, and Epicenter does do a lot of damage. You can see that the pulses, 110 damage per pulse, 10 pulses, that's 1000 magical damage in an AoE, so there's a lot of damage coming out of the Epicenter, and these supports just melt. Especially under the black hole, if they get caught in the black hole, Epicenter's going to destroy everything. And it does get an Invis rune here on the Sand King, so another very important rune for possibly good fight here. But still, Orange have a lot of fail safes. They might lose big fights, but they have a lot of towers to fall back on. So
Mushi's putting out a fair bit of damage now. He's got his Daedalus flying out to him as well, so that's really going to help. And we were talking before about him being tanky but not hitting very hard. Now he's got that hitting hard.
And Ninja Boogie is stuck between a lot of heroes now. Does he want to go for a pickoff? I really hope he doesn't, because he spots the courier. But here comes the Maleficent. Going to go on Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon tries to go for the drop, disrupts himself in time. Lei going to go for the Laguna Blade, but nope, Rubik will survive on that. But someone goes down immediately. Wow, Blah already getting 2 kills. Shadow Demon and Lina evaporating. Silence up on KYXY. And Ohio not using his BKB, holding it for a moment there. Sonic Wave going to go out on Magnus, but 4 staffs out, going to be saving Blah's life. Blah going to blink out there just by Black Hole in 15 seconds. KYXY gets picked up by the Rubik. Rubik just doing such good job stealing out those kills. And Epicenter coming in. Ohio dropping down to half health. Mushi just soul tank, but the Midnight Pulse does burn a percentage amount of HP. Look at him, just dropping down, and Ohio will be going, no, Dragon Knight will be going down, so Mushi just not tanking up enough. Midnight Pulse just doing such a great amount of burst damage, and Sand King doesn't want to give up chase here, but Ohio's already ran out there at the back of his Yasha as well as the web. And Roshan is actually responding, so this is a free Rosh for Neolution.int.
Yeah, the Epicenter then definitely did the task it needed to. So
yep.
we're talking about
Midnight Pulse. Midnight Pulse does burn 6% of your max HP, so no matter how much health that Dragon Knight has, he does lose a lot of HP per second. Every second he stays in there, and Mushi did a little mistake, stayed in there for a little bit too long and lost a lot of HP. But now they're going to take a tower for free here and possibly rotate back to Roshan. Actually, I think taking Roshan at this point is a lot better idea than just getting this tower, but they want to go for the more map control, and this tower is important. It does guard the jungle, the Radiant jungle, so you destroy this tower, they have a lot less support that can come out from this TP support. But nope, Ninja Boogie sitting at 2.5k. We're gonna see what he goes for, possibly saving for buyout. But now Dragon Knight is down. There is a downtime. They are gonna go for this Roshan. Ninja Boogie will be hitting at Roshan right now. His last item slot will be saved for the age. So
And there's not much Orange can do to really slow this down at all. I mean, without Dragon Knight, they're going to go in and try and do something with it, but they don't have the damage.
But they're all
Other
grouped
than
out
that
here. They could get RP. Spider's going to spot them out, and they're all three grouped together. Rubik's very low, and he wants to do it. Yep, Rubik's going to be slowing this down. But Magnus, he just wants to pick off. But the Spiders, the Bugs are going to be slowing down Magnus's Blink Dagger. Not going to be allowing him to blink into this. I mean, well, a Sonic Wave goes out on the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon goes out. I hear an RP. Is the RP going to be stolen? Nice counter RP from Lei. Rubik just doing such a great job. Weaver gets a kill, and Black Hole catches 3. And it's going to be an absolute team wipe here on Orange. Orange loses for Hachiko. Black Hole with that RP stolen from Rubik. This is why you don't give Rubik to someone when you pick Magnus. Rubik picking up that Blink Dagger just at the right time. You can see he picks up the Blink Dagger just at the right time, and I hear Shadow Strike go out on Mushi. Mushi might be in trouble here. If Mushi goes down, this could be wrecked. And here comes the Rubik, goes for the pickup. Does he have the pickup? Blink into the pickup, and there goes Mushi going to get picked up here. Barrel Strike going to follow, and Mushi looking really bad for him now. Goes for the Dragon Tail, picks off Lei. Lei's going to be unfortunate, but he's going to die. He does not have bio. He just respawns for that one, and they might actually lose ranks here. Orange at the back foot. Neo-in just turning his entire fight around. Clutch steal from the Rubik, and the gold graph you see here dipping straight down 5,000 in favor of Neolution International. This is what I was looking for. Neolution International, they have to pull something special, and like I said, Weaver proving to be a very good pick here. Ninja Boogie just knows how to play Weaver really well. And now with the Demon Edge on him, whoa.
Definitely proving that he can be a hard carry. There's a few people in the stream chat saying they still really can't hear you. I've turned my volume down as low as I can, so might want to fix that. But yeah, Weaver proving that he really can be a good carry if you give him a little bit of space. And Light Strike Array catching out to heroes there. But yeah, I think it's a case of just getting the right lineup with him, and they've got so much stun, so much initiation, and he can just nip in and out of those team fights.
His team just causes the chaos. Queen of Pain causes chaos. Rubik just throws whatever spell is thrown at them back at the enemy. And Sand his epicenter just causes mass panic. And Black Hole, everyone just scrambles away from the Black Hole. So there's a lot of panic, and that's Weaver just been doing the right job. Weaver, you don't want to go head on against the hard carry. You just want to pick off the supports because the supports can't outrun you. So you just pick them off, and then before you know it, the Mushi is left alone. They always left Mushi to be the last guy to be picked off there. Mushi can't do really a lot against 5 people. He doesn't hit just as hard like an anti-mage would. Dragon Knight, he's just more of like an artillery kind of battering ram, or what you say, or just a tank. He just shoots from a fixed location and tries to deal as much splash damage as possible, but he can't really deal out the DPS. He doesn't shoot that fast, and even if he does, he doesn't deal that much damage.
And I mean, the other big damage dealer is the Broodmother, Ohio, and he's got the damage items, but he's got to get in position, get into there, use his ultimate and take on those fights, but he's dropping very, very quickly. So and the silence is coming out from the Queen of Pain as well, stopping him from doing too much.
Yep, and I've moved my mic closer to my mouth, so hopefully that fixes up the volume problems. But I'm just afraid of popping my mic if I put it too close, especially when the team fight starts and I get really pumped up. But Lei, really that RP, that counter RP, I thought the RP was disastrous in the Rosh pit, but he forced himself up to the high ground, picked up his Blink Dagger from the courier, and blinked back in for that RP, so that was huge.
It's why Rubik gets picked up nearly every single game. I mean, he doesn't get banned out, which is sort of obvious there's better bans, but he's just such a strong support. He's got so much utility.
Yeah. He's in that stage where he's good, but he's not as good such as a Magnus or a Bat Rider to be banned out, and that makes him very dangerous. Because if you ban him out, you give away a lot of the good heroes like Nyx Assassin, Magnus, and everything else. And really big shout out to this guy, Lei. Lei just playing so well.
He's got quick fingers on that steal.
The thing about RP is you have to steal it when Magnus makes the animation. Because usually he follows it with the shockwave, so you only have a very small window to steal it. Same as the TIE Hunter's Ravage. You have to steal it right when he releases the tentacles before you get hit by the Ravage. So it's very difficult to get the steal off. So very, very good play from him. And you already see the Rubik already hanging out in the back, has the Blink Dagger, has the Force Staff. And Mushi gonna get caught out again. Wow, silence up on him. Mushi is gonna be in danger here, but no. Actually, they could have actually gone on him. His team was very far out, but now they're gonna back off here. Sankin getting another haste once again. Ohio gonna be silencing, and here comes the RP here on Weaver. Weaver does BKB, so there is no follow-up here. But is he gonna get time? Gets time lapse out. So he's gonna survive this. Is it gonna be a Shukuki? There's gonna be an agony step there, but there's a nice steal here from the Rubik once again. He's going to be trapping. Broodmother's already gone. Aegis is going to save his life here, but Mushi just right-clicking down, tanking, doing a lot of damage. And here comes the black hole, black hole, black hole. Nope. Dragon Tail goes out on Mushi. But Mushi standing in the Midnight Pulse. Once again, look at his HP just dropping. And another Maleficent card. Oh, Flame goes out on him, but a critical kills the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight does not have buyout. No, he does. He has 3k gold. No. KYX by going to survive. Weaver buys out. Dragon Knight going to buy out as well, but he loses 3 of his teammates. In return, Lei with that big RP steal once again picks off the Broodmother. And Black Hole will save for that one. And so Black Hole will be available in the next team fight, and Weaver, I expect him already using Shukuchi to head on down, wants to get another follow-up Rex here, and we might actually see ourselves going to a game 3 here.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst fight for Orange. I mean, they did plateau out the Golden XP a tiny bit, but if you look at the advantage that Neolution.int is sitting on, it's pretty high now, and I find that even though Weaver might start to taper off if Orange had a very, very late game carry, they don't really. Mushi can't really put out that much more damage than he's already doing, so I don't know how they're going to come back from this unless they somehow find a way to farm Mushi up more.
Well, when you have an RP, oh, here comes the Barrel Strike here on Mushi, and the Midnight Pulse, once again, Mushi is going to be standing in that Midnight Pulse, once again, losing a lot of max HP. There is no RP for this fight. Dragon Knight going to drop very low, he's going to drop, and KYX by dropping very low. This might be over for Orange here. We might see a game 3 very shortly, and here comes Fajiko, force staffing in, doesn't have to use the Black Hole even, and this Sanking just very ballsy, just links in there, goes for the Barrel Strike.
This should be a Rax for them. I mean, there's no one else other than a Hire that can hurt them much, so they should feel pretty easy going for this Rax.
Yep. And RP gonna be stopped once again. KYX by not having a break at all. And here comes Sachiko, goes for the Black Hole, gonna airball it. And Ohio gonna be picked up here. BKB wearing off, gonna be in the Midnight Pulse, gonna die. And this might be over for Orange Esports. 1-1 over the score here, I think. Neolution.int gonna go looking very strong here. And there's going to be a GG. Is that GG? Yep, there's going to be a GG call here from Extinct. So that's going to be a 1-1, evening up the best of 3 series. This is only the quarterfinals, guys. It is a single elimination playoff, so the loser does go home, and the winner does get to work towards that 1,000 USD. So, and Neolution, they just managed to come back at the back of a Weaver. Well.
Are you convinced now that Weaver is a good carry now? I was saying at the start I've seen Virtus Pro do a similar lineup.
Yeah, it is.
Ain't looking bright for Radiant's ancient.
The thing is that a lot of Weaver players haven't been playing right, I guess. Ninja Boogie has been doing right. He doesn't stick to his team, he comes in from the back, he kills off the supports, and then he focuses on the main heroes. So very good play here from Ninja Boogie. He did get a very good start as well, picking up Ohio a couple of times. And so I just like to give a big shout out to Dota Talk, Gigabyte, as well as Western Digital for sponsoring this tournament, the GEST main event here in April. This is the quarterfinals between Orange as well as Neolution International. This is the best of 3, and this is game 2, so it's now 1 apiece for both teams. We're back with game 3. This is the score screen for any of you guys that want to see it. I'm your host, Lysander Zonora, and you can follow me on Twitter as well as like me on Facebook. Both of them are Lysander Zonora. I make myself easy to find, and Vix, my caster from Australia. It's been great having you here. Want to plug yourself in before we go on to game 3?
Thank you very much. Anyone that wants to follow me up on Twitter. It's Vixen Ixie. I love to have some followers over there, and I cast out a little bit of Aussie Dota, so join me for that when it happens.
Great. Alright, so we'll be going into the outro, and then we'll be going into the next game hopefully soon. So stick with us. Hope you enjoyed this cast.